today's discussion about plant pathology. Name of the disease: damping of disease of vegetable seedlings. This disease is also known as seed rot or soft rot disease. The damping of disease, it is cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan disease means it occurs throughout the world. It is a very common disease in temperate as well as tropical countries of the world. It is a most common disease of nursery beds and it occurs in two stages. First stage of the damping of disease is pre-emergence damping off, and second stage post-emergence damping off. What happens? What is pre-emergence damping off? That means after sowing, the seed inside the soil comes in contact with the fungus which causes damping of disease, and such seed get infected below the soil surface and rotted below the soil surface. This is pre-emergence damping of symptom. And what is post-emergence damping symptom? What happens after sowing of the seed germinate, that emerged out, that comes out of the soil, and then the pathogen, the root system of the seed comes in contact with the pathogenic fungus which is present in soil, and rotting of that fungus enters through the root system and rotting starts below the soil surface. Gradually that rotting comes near the just above the soil surface of the seedling, and the entire root system get rotted, and such seedlings, such infected seedlings collapse after emergence. This is the post-emergence damping off. The infected seedlings completely get destroyed, so that the disease is economically important. Such infected seeds shows poor germination or they do not produce healthy plants. Sometimes even the older plants get killed, but they develop root system and the stem lesions or root rots. This is the photograph of post-emergence damping off. And this is also the photo showing post-emergence damping off. Next, symptoms. Symptom is expression of the disease. After infection, the interaction of host cells and pathogen takes place, and a specific type of symptoms are developed. The sign is developed, that is called symptom. What type of symptoms are developed here? The seeds after sowing comes in contact with the pathogen, fails to germinate, and that turn brown, soft and get rotted. Such seeds initially shrink and disintegrate, or seed rot occurs. This will result into poor emergence of the seedling above the soil surface. In pre-emergence, the seed rot occurs below the soil surface, just I told you. Initially, a dark water-soaked spot develops on the affected seed. The spot increases gradually and the affected cells collapse, and the complete seedling get rotted by the interaction of fungus. In case of seedlings that have already germinated, already emerged out of the soil surface, that also get infected and collapse. The cells of this is the post-emergence damping off. The cells of affected region get killed rapidly, causing a large water-soaked spot which increases and the stem turns soft. Due to softening of affected region, the stem cannot support the upper part. Hence, the seedling fell off on the soil surface. The fallen seedlings also invaded, that quickly dies and dries up. This phase is called post-emergence phase of the pathogen. What is the causal organism which causes damping of disease of vegetable seedlings? It is a fungus. There are many types of fungi which are present in soil responsible to cause damping of diseases of several vegetable seedlings. But the Pythium dibarianum, Pythium aphanidermatum, or Pythium ultimum, these are the Pythium species which causes damping of disease, has been reported from different parts of the world. Besides these, other fungi which are present in soil, for example, Phytophthora, Rhizoctonia, Fusarium, these are also responsible to cause damping of disease of vegetable seedlings in the field. How is the mycelium of Pythium aphanidermatum which causes damping of disease of vegetables? The mycelium, what is mycelium? It is the thallus of the fungus. It is highly branched, but the branching is not dichotomous. It is a very characteristic feature. It consists of hyphae which are non-septate. Non-septate hyphae are also known as cenocytic hyphae. The hyphae are initially intercellular. That means the hyphae, when present between the cells of host tissue, those hyphae are called intercellular hyphae. Hyphae are present between the cells of the host, and such hyphae produce hostoria, a small pointed structures for absorption of the food material from the host cell. Those are called hostoria, and hostoria is developed. These hostoria penetrate into the host tissue and food is absorbed. Next, this is the mycelium of the fungus, which is cenocytic mycelium, and these are the sporangia. The sporangia are globose. What happens below the inside the infected tissue? What happens? The hive, in presence of enough food material, the fungus produces mats of hyphae, many mats of hyphae, and the sterile hyphae, the fertile hyphae of the fungus, which are in presence of food material, that are known as sporangiophores. Sporangia producing stalks. Its meaning is sporangia producing stalks. Spore means stalk. Sporangiophores, it is a fertile hypha. At the tip of each sporangiophore, a sporangia is developed. This sporangiophore, it may be terminal or intercalary. These sporangia are globose, oval, or of different shape. The sporangia germinate and the tip of germ tube gets swelled, which is called vesicle. The zoospores are formed inside vesicle. At maturity, the zoospores are kidney shaped and with two laterally arranged flagella. The zoospores are released by breaking the sporangium. Next slide. The released zoospores encystate and germinate in presence of proper host plant, because the plant pathogenic fungi, they are host specific in nature. They causes the disease to a specific type of host. The pathogen reproduces sexually by producing male and female gametes. The male gamete of the fungus, it is known as antheridium, and the female gamete is known as ogonium. The ogonium is globose, multinucleated structure with a small receptive spot. The antheridia, it is a male gamete which is produced on the adjacent hypha of the ogonium. Ogonium, it is a female gamete. On the adjacent hypha, a male gamete is developed, which is known as antheridium. It is somewhat elongated or club-shaped structure and grown close to the ogonium. What happened? Fertilization takes place. The fusion of these two gametes takes place and a fertilization tube is developed. Through the fertilization tube, the entire content of the antheridium gets transferred to the ogonium, and only one nucleus get fused with the nucleus of egg nucleus get fused with the nucleus of male gamete, that is antheridium, and a diploid zygote is developed. And all this happens in favorable environmental conditions. such many zygotes remains in soil on infected plant debris. The zygote is also known as oospore. In favorable conditions, these oospores germinate to produce a vesicle at its tip of the germ tube, and inside these vesicle again zoospore-like structures are developed, which are biflagellate, unicellular, uninucleated, and such zoospores, they germinate, they require a particular temperature, that is 10 to 18 degrees Celsius. Between 10 to 18 degrees Celsius temperature, the oospores germinate. The infected seedling remains the infected seedlings that remains in soil for long duration, because we do not collect those seedlings after harvest. All these affected plant material remains in soil, that acts as a primary inoculum. In the field soil, when such contamination is there in the field soil, that type of soil is known as sick soil. Such soil favors the damping of disease of seedlings. Soil plays a very important role as a primary inoculum of the pathogen. The entry of the pathogen into the seed or seedling takes place directly by penetration through swollen seed coats or through cracks. The fungus enters the embryo through mechanical pressure, or it produces cell wall degrading enzymes which act on the host cell wall, and degradation takes place through which pathogenic fungus enters the host embryo. It has observed that the disease is more severe in poorly aerated and poorly drained soil. Excess of water in soil and heavy dose of organic matter in soil promote damping of disease. Next slide. Management of disease. The pathogen is soil borne, hence this can be controlled by sterilization of soil by heat treatment or hot water treatment. This is not possible in India because India is agriculture based country. It can control disease, but it is very expensive for our farmers. Second, the greenhouse accessories for containers must be treated with copper sulfate solution. And the cultural practices we can use here: crop rotation. It is one of the best method to avoid the disease. This year you have sown vegetable, next year you have to grow pulses or cereals in that field. This is a crop rotation method. Excess use of nitrogen fertilizers promote disease development. This is a report from plant pathologist. During sowing, the seeds or seed sets or bulbs should be treated with suitable recommended chemicals. The recommended fungicides for seed treatment reported are chloronil, chloronate, mancozeb, thiram, captam. These are the different chemicals, different fungicides which are used for seed treatment of before sowing purpose. Before sowing, we have to treat the seeds with these fungicides. Next, metalaxyl is a systemic fungicide which has been given excellent control of damping of disease, and this can be applied to seed sets as well as to the soil. Seed set treatment is followed by spraying seedlings with metalaxyl, etc. Soil drenching with Bordeaux mixture, thiram, and there are several fungicides recommended for the management of disease. Thank you.